Welcome to Wolves Weekly. I'm Barrett Henderson, the Director of Media Relations here at Western Oregon University, joined by men's basketball head coach Brady Bergeson. Brady, appreciate you coming on today.
Thanks for having me back.
It's good to have you again, and just joked around with you. You don't look a lot tanner, so I don't think you spent a whole lot of time on the beach in Hawaii.
Not a lot of time, no.
Well, let's talk about that Hawaii trip. Friday and Saturday, you guys had games. Chaminade, an incredibly difficult team to start the season with.
Yeah, they're good. They're as good as advertised. A lot of firepower, and they showed it. We were knocking on the door. They pushed it out to an 8 or 10 point lead in the first half, and we sort of kept whittling it back and getting it back to within 4 points, 2 points, and we just couldn't kind of get over that hump. We couldn't create enough breaks our way to push through that threshold there and take a lead. And so I think we learned a lesson from it. I hope we did. Time will tell. But we've got to be a little bit more detailed in terms of just the way that we approach possession by possession game. And I think if we'd have done that and had a little bit more attention to it, we could have maybe turned the tide on that. I don't know. But again, if you can get off a Hawaii and split 1-1, all is not lost on that.
Yeah, Saturday you guys turn right back around and you pick up a win over Hawaii Hilo, another talented team. Talk about Saturday's game. Looked like Mr. Hastings had quite the game.
He really stepped up for us. We had a little bit of a void inside, and he really stepped up and brought it. Just made simple plays, but he was relentless on the boards. He was in the right place at the right time. He's a kid who just gets his hands on a lot of balls and was able to finish, and just a tough competitor. We needed every last minute of what he gave us. And he wasn't the only one. But Hilo was impressive. They were very good. Coach Coleman's done a good job of bringing in basically almost an completely new roster there and implementing his system in there, and they were tough. It was a hard-fought game. It was back and forth. And we had to bring a lot of grit to come out with that one.
Well, we talked about Adam's performance over the weekend, and overall he shot the ball incredibly well from the field. Only missed 2 shots in both games, and you mentioned on the boards he did real well.
He did, yeah. He keeps life simple for himself. He doesn't try to do too much. He doesn't try to be what he's not. I think he's got a pretty good sense of that, and he has a good sense of where he fits in with the group and the other players. And so, he stepped up and just played his role. And like I said, he did everything that we needed and then some, and without stepping outside of the things that he's really good at.
And another new guy on Saturday had a good game. Marwan really played well.
He stepped up as well, yeah. And I thought he struggled a little bit in the first night for one reason or another, and I think he got centered on Saturday and was a little bit more focused on doing things like cleaning up the boards and getting putbacks, and he ended up he made a couple of really nice reads and slips into the paint and got a couple finishes that kind of got him going offensively as well.
Well, you turn right back around this week and just play another team that was really good last year in Cal Poly Pomona on Friday. Yeah,
here it comes again. So we've got Poly's a top 10 preseason team and well-deserved, athletic, long, execute really well. They run an extremely good program down there. So our work's cut out for us. It'll be another great test. It'll be on the road on a neutral court at the Azusa Pacific on Friday evening down there in Los Angeles, and so we're looking forward to the challenge.
And then Dominguez Hills on Saturday too, right?
Exactly right. Yeah. Another really long athletic team, really tough defensively. Both teams are going to have a lot of weapons that we're going to have to address, and it'll be be good. Both good tests for us. We need this right now. This is exactly what we need, our group.
And Coach, last question. How tough is it for your team, and from a student-athlete standpoint, to start the season? You go to Hawaii, you're here for a couple of days, and then you get back on a plane, you head to LA.
It's tough. It's tough. One of the biggest adjustments student athletes have to make at this level is how to manage their time and plan ahead and be structured and disciplined with, you know, not just when they're doing their studies, but also putting themselves to bed and you know, not skipping meals and those sorts of things that can lead to injuries, sickness, you know, bad grades. So, you know, our guys have been, I think, have done a very good job so far. It's really imperative that we take care of ourselves over the course of this week. I think we're caught back up for the most part on our sleep blocks after the red-eye home on Saturday night, you know, which is rough on everybody. But, you know, that's what life on the road is, too. And we'll never make any excuses for the hard stuff, because we've got to go through this. If we want to be a playoff team and a real contender, we've got to go through things like this together.
Well, we wish you the best of luck this weekend, Coach.
Thank you.
And it'll be next week. You'll get a chance to get to see the men for the first time here in Monmouth against Dixie State. Again, that's next weekend. This weekend they're on the road, so stay tuned to woolwolves.com for live coverage. And that'll do it for this week. Thank you.